Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM and broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games. With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes, Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZEVGamesAU.
My name is Evie and I'm here with
Maylee.
Zahra.
Why are you giggling so much?
I just want to say nice.
Nice, okay.
Nice.
Okay. Tonight on Z Games, or today, wherever you are, we are playing the Week in Gaming News, courtesy of Maylee, putting that together this week.
Yay!
Then we have a review from Zahra on
Metamorphosis.
Yeah, Metamorphosis.
Yep.
So that's exciting stuff.
It's transformative.
Wow. What does that mean?
Metamorphosis?
No,
Transformative?
Well, no, I get that. But
Oh, I was like, did you not get
What
it?
could I possibly be hinting at with a game called Metamorphosis?
It is about the hungry caterpillar. Oh, just saying. No, it's not. It could be though. It could be.
It could be.
Well, later in the episode as well, we'll be listening to a recorded review that I did on theHunter Call of the Wild. You might think it's a bit of a weird game for me to play, but I'll explain a little later on in the show tonight. But before that, what's been happening in your life, Zahra? What have you been up to?
I have been eating a lot of chips.
Oh yeah, you moved house to near next to McDonald's. That's right.
Not McDonald's chips, workplace chips.
Mm-hmm.
Because the chef just keeps feeding me while I'm working. It's great. It's so ideal.
good
Yeah.
benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She gave me lollies yesterday, and I was like, yes, this is the best.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. What about you, Maylee? What have you been up to?
Now all I can think about is eating chips, which I haven't been doing. But that's my
Well,
plan.
you need to bring up you need to hit your chips quota. I
Yeah.
think it's time's running out.
I'll get it in tonight. Don't worry. I promise.
Put it on your agenda. Eat chips. Actually, I was looking at buying some chips the other day, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to like lose a little bit of weight, so I sort of stay away from certain types of chips, and I've started eating sweet potato chips. But
They're
then
pretty good.
I was thinking about it. I've seen so many people who game like PC gaming or whatever, and they eat chips at the same time, and I'm like,
I can't imagine doing that because your
the
hands get all.
greasiness.
Although if you have like a pair of chopsticks, and you eat the chips with that keeps your hands nice and tidy.
Gamer pro tip right here.
Here we go.
Get your chopsticks.
We got gaming news, reviews, and pro tips right here.
Pro tips: eat your chips with chopsticks.
Oh! Excellent.
All right, let's listen to the Week in Gaming News.
Yay.
This week in gaming news, Apple has followed in Google's footsteps by removing Fortnite from its App Store. On the 28th of August, Apple confirmed that Epic Games developer account has been terminated for violating the company's terms of service. Apple says this removal is standard policy for the terms of service violations that kicked off this whole saga. iOS players are now completely unable to update the game and play the new Chapter 2 Season 4. Despite a similar ban, players on Android are still able to play by updating outside the Google Play Store. Although a judge supported Fortnite's removal, they ensured Epic Games can still develop the Unreal Engine for iOS to prevent harm to third-party games, including Battle Royale competitors PUBG Mobile. Epic Games still show no sign of bowing to the platform's demands, so we can't be sure when or if it will even return to mobile. Sony to bring more first-party games to the PC audience. This year, we've seen Sony launch previous PlayStation exclusives such as Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Detroit Become Human onto the PC. In the recent 2020 corporate report, Sony confirmed more of their games would follow suit. They highlighted online PC games as their biggest competition and hoped that this move will find their games a bigger audience. Sony have said targeted outcomes included growth in active users, strong retention, and a shorter cash conversion cycle, from which expanded cash flow can be expected. We will explore expanding our first-party titles to the PC platform in order to promote further growth in our profitability. Sony didn't reveal what games are slated for PC release, but it seems more likely that older titles will find new life than that of PlayStation 5 games. Ubisoft faces criticism for use of Black Fist imagery in recent release. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad is a mobile military RPG released on August 25th. It has since faced criticism for its use of the raised fist image as a symbol for antagonistic Umbrella. In the game, Umbrella is an organisation that, on its surface, promotes an egalitarian utopia, but simultaneously commits terrorist acts to foster political unrest. In real life, this symbol is associated with the Black Lives Matter movement, which has had similar accusations lobbed at it by alt-right conspiracists. In response to the backlash, Ubisoft has promised to remove the symbol in the next game's update. They also apologise, stating the fist was chosen as it is a universal symbol of resistance, and they did not intend any connection to Black Lives Matter, but acknowledged its inclusion was insensitive and harmful. That's all this week in gaming news.
Thank you, Maylee, for the news. I know that was my voice, but you did prepare it and write it and research it, so yeah.
Thank you, Maylee.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm sure everyone out there is also very grateful.
Yeah, everyone's turning to the radios right now and saying, thanks, Maylee.
Where's Maylee? What's her hashtag?
You're welcome, people.
We were just saying while the news was playing, actually, about Sony bringing more games to PC, and it is exciting.
Yeah,
it is
it's really
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah, I mean, more and more people are playing on the PC now. Like, especially with, like, the upcoming Xbox and...
Oh, the Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's just... It makes sense.
It's interesting with the Game Pass, actually, because it's enabling people to be able to play more on the PC, but also sort of taking people away from the console. So, like, I'm less likely to buy an Xbox now because there is Game Pass on PC. I don't know if that's
I've had a couple of friends who were looking forward to the showcase, being like, please give me a reason. Give me a reason to buy the Xbox. And I was like, there is no reason.
Yeah. And it also looks like a giant toaster, like the new Xbox.
I kind of like
Xbox X Series.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's how it's...
Paul likes to call it Sex Series. I don't know. It's hard to say Xbox X Series. Like, it sounds Xbox Sex Series. Like, it's kind of... You can trip on it.
Yeah.
A bit like the trending hashtag. Sorry, I just have to segue.
Good segue.
I just have to segue from
Very
that
That was very smooth. That was just...
into another piece of interesting, maybe not super necessary to your life news, but
it's very necessary.
It's very necessary.
Okay, what's trending on Twitter today is hashtag Masters, Pokemon Masters EX, but all in lowercase. It doesn't look like that. It says Pokemon Masters Sex. And I don't think Nintendo, Game Freak, or any of them really thought that through.
It's possible they thought it through really well and just have a bold marketing team.
Yeah, well, I did read a tweet that said, I don't know if they're really dumb or really smart. Either way, I'm not complaining.
It's just, it has to be one or the other. Just, there's no...
They couldn't have known what it would have come out of and be like, oh, no one will take that way.
What have they brought to fruition? There's so many. The thing is with the trending hashtag, if you look, there's like a whole bunch of like poorly timed Pokemon Go screenshots where Pokemon are sort of like interacting with each other in a way, and then it's like hashtag Pokemon Masters EX. And there's lots of other things like what this has evolved into is not what I think they intended, and like Pokemon puns. Yeah, there's lots of things. It's great. Suggestion is to look at hashtag Pokemon Masters EX on Twitter.
Check that out.
Yeah, check that
Some
out.
Pretty good memes out there.
Yeah, poor Nintendo. And poor Epic Games.
I don't feel that sorry for them.
Well, no, neither do I,
I'm
actually.
playing the world's smallest violin for them.
There you go. That's
They
the sound for it.
have
Thank you.
done all of this to themselves.
They 100% have.
It's just I don't even feel.
Epic Games put the boxing gloves on for Apple and Google. Are you insane? Oh.
No, but Evie, they own Fortnite.
Oh, yeah, we got Fortnite.
Fortnite.
They're
You know?
really important.
Yeah. Well, you know. It is what it is, and they've brought this upon themselves. Just like the judge said. The judge is basically like, well, if you don't want to comply, then tough. Suck it up. That's what you want.
Buttercup.
Anyway, Zahra has a review called Metamorphosis.
Wouldn't it be funny if I said that I left my review in my other pants?
But like, you do everything on your phone though, so you could really pull it up on
true.
a different device.
It's true. I actually do have it up right now.
Look at you go. See,
Yeah.
prepared.
I have it in landscape mode as well for like better reading.
Oh, go you!
All right. So this is a review for a game called Metamorphosis. Ugh. You wake up with a hell of a hangover. You, Gregor, and your best friend Joseph had way too many drinks. But you've got work, and you need to go find your friend. It sure was nice of him to let you crash at his place. Now to go wake up your friend. Except, the rooms are getting bigger. No, you're getting smaller. Your body's shifting, changing. Suddenly you have more limbs. Books tower over you, and your day becomes very surreal. You're a bug. And as you enter a letter, that is the least of your problems. You must get to tower for any hope of regaining your humanity. You must find and help Joseph, caught up in a trial for a crime no one will explain. Two very big problems for one very small bug. Your journey isn't an easy one, with multiple pathways, colourful and bizarre characters, and a surreal, whimsical world. You need to find out why you were turned into a bug. What is going on? Why is Joseph on trial? And what is Tower? Metamorphosis is a world inspired by the works of Franz Kafka, and it is a beautiful, detailed adventure puzzle game with a hand-painted aesthetic. You are Gregor, now a bug, and you need to figure out what is going on. You're a bug, so you get bug powers. If your feet are sticky, you can climb up vertical surfaces. You have to get creative with how you can navigate the world. In some ways, you're very capable as a bug. You're rather speedy, you can jump quite far, and walls aren't much of an issue. But you are small, and it's very easy to drown, miscalculate and fall to your death, or get crushed by a book. It's very easy to get lost or overwhelmed by the sheer scale of things. But there is a helpful feature that allows you to get a fly-eyes view of the world, allowing you to see your destination and goal, and to make your decisions. You will have multiple paths, not just physically, but also with your decisions. Some are obvious, some are easier than others. And the game has a lot of fun with the fact that you're a bug and you're bug-sized. Interesting pathways, unique obstacles, fun and creative ways to get around. There is a sense of wonder and joy as you navigate this world. I am reminded of when I was a child, and I'd imagine being a mouse, sailing down the gutter on a ship made of leaves. And the world built at the bug level is delightfully detailed, populated with a variety of insects, speakeasies, and even its own form of government. Many of us are familiar with the frustration that comes with bureaucracy. Don't worry, it is well recreated here. But even with all that, with everything that's happening, you find yourself in a forest of mushrooms, or on a tiny ship sailing through the air, or surfing on a supply request form. It's beautiful, with a touch of magic and whimsy. The sound is extremely immersive. You hear your own skittering, changing depending on the surface. The human giants around you chatting through walls. The voices garbled but deep, resonating through the walls. Machines whirring, drawers opening and closing, and the lawyer droning on and on, doing a great job at explaining absolutely nothing. It makes the world feel very big, and you very, very small. The music is well composed, and a lot of fun, highlighting exciting moments, displaying the scale of the world. I would find myself feeling very nervous at times, as I felt exposed and vulnerable. The music contributed to that, but it also lent to the whimsical nature of this bug society you find yourself falling into, the wacky characters you'd run into, the things you'd see and experience. I am not the biggest fan of bugs, but I found myself charmed and intrigued by the world Ovid Works had created. There was a human world that I was aware of. My best friend was on trial for something, and I watched the roadblocks and issues he went through. Gregor is invested in that world, but the bug world is just as intriguing, interesting, filled with vibrancy and character and wonder, and you have your own problems to deal with. So I found myself stressing about my tasks and trials, but also I just had to stop and look around. I wanted to observe and interact with this world. There were towns and groups and even a little cult to check out. Hidden areas, little secrets, a dozen paths to a single goal. The world is so big and so detailed, and it made me want to explore. The gameplay was creative, fun, and made me think and plot my path. And the ending, well, I'm not sure where you'll end up, but it is one I want to revisit later. There are multiple paths, and I feel guilty about the one I took. It's kind of weird that as a bug, you'd have so much control over what happens. It's an awfully big responsibility, but the game makes you capable of it.
That's lovely. Aw, I'm just watching some gameplay footage here with Maylee, and it's quite cute. You have these little wiggly legs that you pull out in front of you, and trying to figure out how to get up, a pile of papers and pencils and all sorts of things. And
there was a good
around.
moment when, my legs grew in. I was like, oh, geez, that's attached to me.
Yeah, you're more of a crab kind of person. Hey?
Yeah. if I'm not walking sideways, I don't want it. But did like Metamorphosis.
Just looking at it, you get that feeling of smallness.
Yeah.
So
That you're
playing it-
tiny, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really nerve-wracking.
So I have to ask a question. Metamorphosis obviously being the title of the game. How does that sort of play into? Is it the transformation to do with, or is it this going to give away the sort of ending?
I'm not too sure if I could give away the ending that easily.
Okay, all right. So it's a journey.
It's a little bit of a journey. It's a little bit confusing. A lot of it was just kind of like people going, bugs going, you need to go to tower. I'm just like, why? It's like, because you're a bug now. It's like, why am I a bug though? Because you got selected to be turned into a bug. And I was like, why was I selected to get turned into a bug?
So all those missing people out there, they actually could just be turned into bugs.
They could actually just be
horrifying.
turned into bugs.
They're just out there searching for the tower, and no one's helping them because we can't hear them because they're little bugs.
It's because they
no.
can't find their paperwork. They need to find the certificate to get onto the ship, to
They
be
need
able to
help,
go to
Evie.
tower.
We need to help the bug people.
Or oh no, Gregor! Fly swat. Okay, well, I guess it's interesting. I mean, I really like the concept of this game. Where can you play it? So it's PC and
It's on PC. Hang on. It is on PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. It's out now. Done by Ovid Works.
Ovid Works.
Yeah.
Well, they've done a pretty incredible job. I like that it's sort of like this endless tower of books and moving mechanics as well that you sort of got to navigate. And
Yeah.
I also like that there's no set path that you have to take, that it's sort of kind of open world feeling, even though it's not.
Yeah, it's quite I guess just like physically it is quite linear, but you have different ways of getting to where you need to go. And I had a lot of fun and a lot of frustration with plotting my paths and be like, no, this is the one. This is the easiest path, and it was not. It was just the shortest one.
Well, whatever works, whatever gets you to the destination.
Exactly.
Take me to Bugtown. Anyway, thank you so much for that review, Zahra.
No worries.
I hope that you play it again and you can discover more about it.
Yeah, like I still feel horrible about the ending.
Okay,
So
all
I'd
right,
like to
well,
change it.
Happier with your next ending.
Yeah. If any of you out there play it, let us know how your ending is. I would like to hear it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it. Tennis cross, it's better than mine.
We are now about to listen to a review that I did earlier on this year on theHunter Call of the Wild. Now, it is a first-person... it's actually a hunting simulator, which might sound a bit strange for a pacifist to play, but I will let past me explain a little bit of my experience. So let's have a listen.
So I'm going to be talking about a game called theHunter Call of the Wild. It was developed by Expansive Worlds and published, as well as the music, was also by Avalanche Studios Group and Expansive World. The platforms are PC, Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It was released on the 16th of February back in 2017, and the genre is hunting simulator, action, first-person shooter, stealth. So it's a packed game. I don't usually review hunting simulators, nor do I really like games that simulate a lot of realistic violence. However, I was quite captivated by some of the visual aesthetics of the game. It's quite stunning. So if you'll imagine yourself standing still and quiet, and you can hear the wind pick up and the rustling of the leaves around you. There's a clearing up ahead, and you've been following its tracks for a while now, and then you see it, right there, a black bear. You position yourself and your rifle. You hold your breath, aim, bang. There you are, standing in the middle of a hunting reserve. What are you doing here? Well, you're basically trying to hunt animals and wild game. theHunter Call of the Wild is a game that follows two main storylines for each of the two hunting reserves that you start off with in the game. There's Leighton Lake, which is based in North America, and then there's Heichfelden Hunting Reserve, which is German farmlands. The storylines are heavily driven by the game's missions, and don't have a lot of weight in the overall outcome of the game. Honestly, the main objective is to just take down game and collect trophies. As a player, you can purchase loads of different DLCs that contain new locations, weapons, and vehicles such as quad bikes, which definitely look appealing considering how much time you spend wandering around. This game requires lots of patience and lots of persistence. I mean, from a visual perspective, this game is stunning. It has hyper-realism touching every corner of the sandbox open world. It truly makes you feel like you are exploring the best landscapes of North America. The detail in every bush, rock, and shrub is impressive, and not to mention the incredible work put into the animals' appearances. Even if you don't like hunting, you can appreciate the natural wonder Call of the Wild has created. From a gameplay perspective, this game revolves heavily around tracking, stalking, and harvesting your kill. As the player, you use rifles, shotguns, pistols, and compound bows to hunt with. There are also extra items that assist you on your journey, such as animal callers, one of which mimics the sound of a distressed chicken that attracts the attention of a coyote, so you can lure your enemies, the animals in and take a shot. There's also scent eliminators and first aid kits, among other things. While wandering carefully and quietly around the map, you must be conscious of the wind direction, as walking downwind will alert any animal in front of you to your presence, thus making it incredibly challenging to hunt. You must also consider your visibility along tree lines and how much noise you make when simply moving or sprinting around the map. Sprinting is definitely not ideal, and I would not recommend. You make a terrible amount of noise. Some animals also have stronger senses than others, so what I mean by that is, an example, it would be the moose. The moose has terrible eyesight but an amazing sense of smell, so maybe you can stick out like a sore thumb standing out, but as long as you're not downwind, the moose isn't going to notice you. These are just some of the things to consider depending on what animal you decide to track. Bears are some of the most challenging in the early stages of the game, but not impossible. Checkpoints are also located around the reserve as you explore further and further into the wilderness. These checkpoints are called hunting lodges. There are also lots of sites that you can come across that will allow you to build lookouts in exchange for money, or landmarks featuring some folklore about that particular spot. The game's progression system is pretty straightforward. Kills result in a score and cash amount. This then equals amount of experience. After a certain amount of XP, you unlock points that you can spend on 2 different skill trees. There are perks and skills. Perks are related to the weapons you use, so the more perk points on your weapon basically means that certain aspects of that weapon will become easier to use. Skill points, however, pertain to your hunting abilities, both active and passive ones. Some of these abilities will help you display more information about certain things when tracking an animal, such as the sex and age, or it might display more information about the tracking itself, such as whether or not vegetation was disturbed. From a sound and music perspective, this game is very, very, very orientated around that. Most of the time, you are moving through the landscape slowly, because you must be alert of any rustling or animal calls from a distance, so you can act quickly. Because of this, I definitely recommend a good headset or headphones for a 360-degree sound. It will definitely come in handy. This will also help with noticing things like the wind picking up, the crunching of leaves in a bush, or just the heavy sounds of your feet as you run to harvest your kill. It's also very important to have good headphones and good sound because there is a lengthy period where you hunt at night, and hunting at night is very important if you want to progress, as some of your mission consists around that. The music is cinematic and complements the stunning imagery of the natural landscapes that surround you. The music only plays for a short time after you've entered the reserve, before almost coming to what feels like a complete silence as you tune in to the sounds of nature. The music is uplifting and makes you feel hopeful as you continue to look for animal tracks. The Hunter Call of the Wild is a game that heavily revolves around exploration and patience, moving through the wilderness at a slow and steady pace, keeping check of the wind and the weather. This game does an exceptional job of encompassing the natural world, as well as simulating a hunter's true experience. With an overwhelming number of positive reviews on Steam, it can certainly add this one to the list.
Thank you, Past Me, for that review of Hunter Call of the Wild. Since the review, actually, there have been a couple of other maps, I think, that have been added to the game, so you can actually get more than just 2 starting maps now. So head over to Steam to check that one out. It's been a good episode today. I mean, you know, all the metamorphosis we've been through from the beginning of the show to now.
Yeah.
Such a transformation.
I have a question for you, Evie.
Oh, no.
If you're a bug, what bug would you be?
Dead one.
Oh.
No, I
wow.
don't
I'm like, that's messed
I don't
up.
like bugs. I wouldn't mind being one of those, like, it's like a mammoth moth? I don't know what they're called. They're like really furry big moths.
The
The
really
fluffy
big,
ones.
fluffy
Yeah, they're
ones?
cute.
Yeah, I could see you being a really big fluffy moth.
Thanks.
What about
Thanks.
you, Maylee?
I want to be one of those, like, I think they're jewel beetles, jewel bugs. The really
Ooh.
shiny, pretty
Yeah.
green, blue.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Actually, Nat, my partner, found a pretty little bug in the car park at the DFO shopping centre.
That was me.
Oh,
I was looking for the tower.
Oh, that was you. Right, okay.
did you find Tower?
Yeah, that's how I'm here.
You did.
Right.
Go back. I think I didn't play the game. I heard that's how it works.
So cash. Actually, the bug that Nat found, my partner found, was a stink bug, and I told her that. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
it's a
Oh,
stink
okay, that
bug.
wasn't me.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's what you're
stink
into.
bugs, because there's quite a lot of them. They can be quite pretty. Like I've seen a lot of them, and I was like, wow, what a shiny looking bug. And then it was like, wait, I recognize you.
What kind of bug would you be, Zahra?
I would not be a bug. I would be a worm.
Isn't that a worm? Isn't that a bug?
I don't think a worm's not a bug.
Oh.
It's like an animal.
But that's not the question. You trickster. Come on. Think of a shelled creature.
Okay.
Wait, what is a worm? I don't.
I would be
Oh no, Maylee's brain is hurting.
What is it? What is it?
To find
Wait,
this out.
Okay, Maylee, you Google.
I would be a bug, but like the ones in the ocean, like the ocean bug.
Okay, like a Moreton Bay bug?
Yes.
Yeah, they're delicious.
That's what I would be.
Delicious. Like me some good seafood.
Just boil me up.
Yeah.
Garlic, butter, bit of white wine. You're good to go.
Oh,
Squeeze a lemon
stop.
juice
And
over
it's
that.
springtime now.
Ooh.
It's good reason to get some seafood. Actually, if you're not in Brisbane, Moreton Bay bug is very much a South Queensland
Yeah,
delicacy.
It's, very
It's
specific.
essentially kind of like a crab. It's a bug.
It's
It's an ocean
it's,
bug.
it's like a crustacean.
That's tasty.
It's very tasty.
It's great. You can get them out at Sandgate.
Yeah,
Very popular.
Yeah,
Very
there's
delicious.
places you can get them around Brisbane.
Have you figured out what a worm is yet, Maylee? No. Okay, whatever. It's a
worm is a
slippery
worm.
thing.
Okay, we don't.
It's no insects, maybe mammal.
What do you
Maybe
mean
it's a
maybe
lizard.
mammal?
Someone said it's a lizard.
No.
I don't like Google.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like what
Okay.
this implies.
I just realized that the way that I've just typed into Google isn't really going to help me. I just typed in, what is a worm?
What is a worm?
And Google's gone, worms are many different, distantly related animals that typically have long cylindrical tube-like bodies, no limbs and no eyes. Yeah, that doesn't help me.
Which, like, family is it a part of? Like, what?
It's not an
Class.
insect.
It's not
That
an
I can
insect.
Okay,
confirm.
don't take this for fact because I'm clicking on Wikipedia now.
Well, Wikipedia's quite. They got like sources.
Yes, it's true. What? Okay, so earthworms are different from, like, sea worms. Sea worms, like I guess, like zucchini. You know those ones?
sea worms.
sea
worms are. Imagine a worm.
How are we talking about worms?
I would said I would be a
Because of the
bug.
game Worms.
bug.
It fits with the show. It's fine.
oh my gosh, I forgot about that game.
Oh,
It's
I
a
played
game about
it.
anything,
I played
everything.
I found my PS3 and I dug up the games that were like installed on it, and it was Worms was on it. I don't know which worms because there's like 10 trillion of them.
Holy
And it's like, what a strange game.
Yeah.
And like, it was successful enough that there were multiples of them.
Wasn't there also an arcade machine for worms?
Probably.
I'm fairly certain there was. I have a
think
vivid
so.
memory of it. Oh my god, I'm looking at it now. Wow, this is intense. Okay, well, someone needs to play
Flashbacks.
Worms and review that, because, yes.
Dibs not.
Worms
not.
review coming your way.
Anyway, it's been an interesting show tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. From Maylee, Zahra and I, we say thanks and goodbye, basically.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care.
Farewell.
Bye.
Good luck.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games. If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify or follow us on social media at ZED Games AU. See you next time.